Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are back in the hood. So, you guys have been saying down in the comments that you want me to take out other ships, and some people are requesting specific ships, and somebody requested the hood. And I was like, yeah, I've been wanting to get back in the hood recently. So, yeah, we decided to change it up. We're using our Nelson Commander, the HMS Nelson Commander from Azure Lane. And so that's the one thing that has changed. I've swapped away from being a dispersion build in favor of a tankier build with the extra heal. I don't have Nelson completely maxed out at 16 yet, so I only get one extra heal, but the British heals are ridiculous anyway. And this ship is plenty accurate with the Nelson build, so you don't really need a full dispersion build on it. And just being able to tank more damage for longer is absolutely fantastic, and it's going to come in handy in this one because we're going to put ourselves out there, and you're going to see that we just, we don't have to worry. And this is the one thing that I tell people about the hood all the time, is that oh hello, I don't want to hug you, cruiser. Take evasive maneuvers. You noticed a little bit late, but it's all good. Anyway, we get a nice easy early shot at the broadside of a Gneisenau, so we go ahead and take that. But the hood is so good at bow tanking, and most of the British battleships, in fact, are good at bow tanking. The Monarch, the Nelson, not so much the Nelson because it's just got no armor, but the Monarch and the Vanguard, both, as long as you're pointing the front at the enemy, you're fine. But yeah, what happens is you get caught broadside and bad things start to happen to you. Now, we get a good shot at the broadside of a Queen Elizabeth here. We are top tier in this match, which hasn't been happening a whole lot, but you can see the British armor piercing is fantastic. That short-range armor piercing, you're not getting the citadels at any sort of range. Like, if you're close enough, you can get some citadels. But generally, at any sort of, like, range, mid to long-range shots, you're not going to be getting any citadels on battleships. But you're still going to be hitting them for 12 to 14,000 damage. So it's basically like you score a citadel, but you can do it every time. And you can do it while they're bow tanking, which is one of the few things that I actually enjoy the most about the British battleships is even when you're bow tanking a British battleship, they can hit your superstructure much like the French can for like 20,000 damage, and you're just like, what the heck, man? Now, obviously, the superstructure gets saturated pretty quickly when you're hitting people like that, but it is possible. So it's something you got to worry about. But in the hood, man, we are going to have a fun match here. It's just going to be domination, literally absolute domination on our part. These guys have no real chance. Now, it's not going to be a highest damaging game in the world, but when it comes down to it, my team was good enough in this one that with me taking like the front line and letting everybody shoot at me, the hood isn't a bad dodging ship. Its turning radius is horrendous at 910. It's right there with the Iowa. But it actually isn't that bad as far as the rudder shift goes. So you can kind of shift back and forth there. We get another decent hit on the Gneisenau with 2 penetrations. But you're able to change directions relatively decently, even if the overall turning circle is horrendous. But once you get inside on people, now you got to watch for torpedoes. Obviously, you don't want to be taking torpedoes in this thing. I want to say it's got 16% torp reduction, so you definitely do not want to take torpedoes in this thing. You also do not want to be taking shots into the side of the ship because, again, everything from cruisers up, like if it's an 8-inch cruiser or higher, if it's a heavy cruiser, in other words, you've got to worry about the AP because they can and will punch through the side of you and really, really hurt you. This one was a horrendous shot at the Pensacola. I vastly underestimated how fast he was moving. And by vastly, I mean by about half a length. Like, I could have, if I had aimed another bar forward, I would have probably had him. But, yeah, I didn't think he was going full throttle. But I was wrong. Now, because of everybody staying out in the ocean over there, I'm going to start pushing the issue. Now, obviously, we've got a Gneisenau that's pushing up on us. We've got the destroyer that's here in the neighborhood. Our 2 destroyers, my destroyer and the enemy destroyer, canceled each other out over at sea, which is probably to the good news of every battleship that's over there, which is 1 battleship that's over there. That's something else I wanted to mention. This match actually has a very good distribution of ships. We had 2 destroyers per team. They had 3 cruisers and 4 battleships. We had 4 cruisers and 3 battleships. It's about as good a matchmaking as I've seen in quite some time. Generally speaking, it's like 4 destroyers and 5 battleships, or, you know, 6 battleships and 3 destroyers. But it's nice to see some more cruisers getting involved in these matches, and we just absolutely walloped that Icarus. Took over half his hit points with our AP. If we had HE loaded, he'd have been dead. But again, it's target of opportunity. Now, obviously, we know torpedoes are on the way. We go ahead and hit our sonar, which is something I will not ever get rid of on a battleship. If I have the opportunity to use sonar on a battleship, I take it. There's no reason to take a sonar off. Now, Gnaizno obviously trying to get his torps off before he died, so we go ahead and make sure he doesn't. So he's gone. The Icarus is running away. And so we're going to cut back across this mouth of this island here and head back towards the left. The Colorado has turned all the way back around. He's headed that direction as well. Pensacola got finished off. And so now it's just chasing damage, essentially. We've only got 58,000 damage, but we've taken a lot of fire off of our friends. You know, our teammates have not had to get shot too much because we've been right there at the front line, not taking a whole lot of damage, but just making sure that they're shooting at us. You know, all those torpedoes spotted at us or shot at us, we were able to dodge them relatively easily, knowing that they were coming. I mean, it was anybody with half a brain cell can see those torps coming, and then you use your sonar to find them. But it just goes to show you, you know, you've got to be thinking about these sorts of things when you're in this situation. And again, I'm going to keep putting myself in front of everybody. I'm going to directly engage the Colorado and the Jervis over here to make sure that my team doesn't have to worry about getting shot. And that's going to allow us to get rid of these guys so much quicker. Because when people aren't being shot, they tend to do more damage. I say that, but, you know, this could have been absolutely horrendous. We got pretty lucky there that he only got a couple penetrations. But that could have been really bad. But now we're angling in. He's going to miss most of his shots. He gets a penetration or an overpin for 1181. It's just, you know, calculated risks. And then, of course, torpedoes in the water. We knew they were coming, right? We knew the Lightning was headed this, or the Jervis was headed this direction. And so we avoid his torpedoes easily. We get a nasty salvo with the front guns, hitting almost every one of them, doing, what, 9,000 damage. And then, of course, he had launched his other torpedoes over there on our previous course, and he completely misses those as well. And while they do set us on fire here, we don't really have to worry about fires. We've still got 3 heals left, so we don't need to use the damage control here. But we're definitely going to try to finish off this Colorado, and we do, giving us our second kill. There are 2 ships left. Are we going to be able to finish off this Jervis finally? Now, I'm not going to lie. I was getting pretty salty here over the next couple shots because I take shots and watch these shells. They're landing. That one may have been just behind him, but watch the next one. It's going to split his ship. It's literally going to land short and long. Wait for it. Shot and... Okay, I guess they both landed short, but I'm trying to hit him and I'm like, come on, I just need to hit him with like one good shot and he'll be dead. But I'm not allowed to hit him. And he's not really doing anything to dodge it. I know where I need to aim to hit him, and every time I shoot at him, my shells are just hitting the water. So eventually, I'm just like, you know what, screw this. He's about to get his torpedoes back. It's going to be a lot harder to dodge from this close. We need to end this now. We shoot the front guns, and of course, it splits and shoots short. And then finally, he doubles back again, and we are finally allowed to hit him. And we needed 1 hit to finish him off. Go figure. So that gives us our 3rd kill. We've got 80,000 damage done. He didn't get his torpedoes off, I do not believe. So we're going to go ahead and start turning our guns to the Galissonier over here, Galissonier, and trying to get him out of here. Our secondaries are firing in the very near future. I think once we get below 5 kilometers, they'll start firing at him. And so we're getting a beautiful shot here. You know he's launching torps. Like, as soon as a cruiser does that, you know torps are on the way. Like, why else would they give you the flat broadside of their ship, right? So if you're in that situation, you've got to be aware of that. And as you can see, I'm starting to turn in. As much as I want to fire with the rear guns in a moment, I needed to turn in. Obviously, torpedoes avoided. Now we can start to turn out, and fortunately, our secondaries find their mark and finish them off before we have to shoot them with the main guns. But I hope you guys enjoyed. This was a fun match in the hood. It's been a while since we've been in the hood. 90,000 damage, 4 kills, just short of a Kraken with a close quarters expert. Third on the team, 3 people on my team with over 2,000 base XP. So if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.